My name is Gerber, and I want to be baptized today because Christ has replaced all the fear in my heart with joy, and I am alive to tell my story. I was born an only child to parents who loved me very much and who gave me every opportunity and told me from the time that I can remember that I was loved and very much wanted. My parents worked a lot, and when I was about 5 years old, I was sexually abused by members of my church family. I was a brave little girl and told my mom about it because I trusted her, and she exchanged words with the family, and they basically came to a conclusion that we were never going to talk about it again after that. So from that point on, I literally lived my life in what I would call a meta-fear, which is a fear of everything, and had a lot of panic and anxiety. I am a very extroverted person, and on the outside I don't think people could see it, but that is kind of the state I lived in all the time. I was saved as a youth because of my mom and her involvement in the church, but because of my PTSD and all of my fear, I made some choices out of that fear that ended up putting me in some very interesting places on my journey. In 2010, my mom lost her 14-year battle with Alzheimer's, and although I learned wonderful lessons of humility and compassion and grace and mercy and acceptance and responsibility, I felt more alone and abandoned than ever. About 5 years ago, my kids and I went through a very difficult and emotionally abusive divorce, which ripped my family apart. And it unleashed a chaos of pain and spiritual warfare that was so intense it nearly took my life. At the pit of my despair, I landed myself in the psychiatric ward for 7 days with my mind shattered into bits. And it wasn't from any substances like alcohol or drugs. It was from sheer terror and anxiety and pain from the past and from the things that were happening to us. When I came out of the hospital, something was different and changed. And God started to reveal himself to me through every person that I would meet in every capacity. It was beautiful through my children and through my dad and through my friends and family. It was terrifying through my ex and through people who were trying to hurt me or I felt were activating my pain. One of the people who came forward was my friend Heidi, who brought me to Grace, and I've been coming here ever since. And another friend is Kim, who is here today to baptize me, and I'm so very grateful for her. She was a mentor. She was always at the other end of that phone, and she came forward through Christ to help me on this path of being able to give him all my shame and my guilt. This time I was able to choose Christ openly and willingly, and I actually decided, instead of feeling like I was supposed to or it was protocol or legalism, and it felt amazing to make this choice and to give up all the pain after all these years. But God, in his infinite mercy and grace, has given myself and my kids a second chance at living, and now I can do that living awake and unafraid. I know that I cannot change anything that's happened to me in my past, but for the first time in 49 years, I am excited about my future for myself and my kids and their kids. And I am saying to God that I don't know what you have in store for me, but I am ready.